Alright, let me start off with this. Only about 30% of y'all are subscribed. Please subscribe. Let's change that number. Mostly because of my Cyberpunk video. Would recommend checking that out. But today, we're going to do a tier list for Tuesday tier list. Might just upload this on Monday, because I just feel like it. So, we're going to start it off with Ana. Ana's excellent, aside the fact that if you miss your sleep dart and someone's on you, you're screwed. But the amount of healing Ana can do is just a blessing, and Nano is goated. I'm going to put Ana in A tier. Ashe is quite nice. Bob's great for controlling the objective. He counts as someone on objective. He's got a ton of health, but he's very easy to drop. Her coach gun's a very nice ability to have, and her dynamite's great at trying to cancel some heals. I would put Ashe at B tier most likely. I'm feeling generous. We'll put Ashe at A tier. I'll put him at A tier because he's great at crowd controlling the objective. Every time towards the end of I'm in gold, right? Every time towards the end, Hammond starts spinning, and like 20% of the time, that's the reason why they win. You get booped off, and we can't get back on. His minefields are great crowd control, and his slam, he could just farm ult pretty fast. It's great for picking off people in the back line. I think he's better for getting widows than Winston is. Baptiste, it's kind of booty, to be honest. With his recent nerfs, he's not able to do as much as he used to. I'll put Baptiste C tier, because I would much rather have an Ana. Baptiste's ult is nice. Immortality, only because Immortality Field, he's in B tier. Because his heal ability really isn't that good. You're better off just doing, one Moira spray, and you're already outdoing it. Bastion can self-heal. His ult's super nice, and they buffed him recently to where, as you shoot, you just get tighter aim spread. It's just fantastic. I don't know why Bastion's not as much. I'll put Bastion. He can self-heal and he has 300 health. I'm gonna keep Bastion A tier. I could always appreciate one. Torb, I like how he used to give out armor. His new ult's quite nice, but people misuse it all the time. They don't spread it around, they just put it in one glob. It's not very effective. His turret's pretty nice as an ability, but his weapon, if you're a tank and he's running up to you, he's going to do some damage. So, I'm going to put Torb on B tier. Forget D tier. If her ult gave armor instantaneously, I would say C tier, right? And if her self-sustain was a little bit more, and her dash had a little bit longer distance, I would give her a promotion to B tier. But the point where you have to do damage to actually heal, I know it's the same thing for Moira, but Moira, it's a little different. Doomfist, super nice, unless there is someone like a McCree that could just stop you from moving, or an Orisa that could just take whatever you throw at her. I'd put Doomfist B tier, because there's times when his ult is just so stinky. If there's a Zarya ult, that's kind of for any ult. If there's a Zarya, it's a blessing. D.Va, I'm going to get roasted for this. I'm putting D.Va in D tier. No, I'll put her in C tier. She's great for dive comps, but the fact of the matter is, I think she's more of a feeder at this point than Hammond. She's just a huge target with a big-ass headshot hitbox. At least it's Hammond. You can hide your head. D.Va, you gotta, obviously you gotta be up close and personal, but once you don't have your dash ability or the jet booster, you're kind of screwed, and you're an excellent feeder. So I play Zarya a lot, and if there's a D.Va on the enemy team, I'm so happy, because I can get 100 energy so fast. Or if there's a Sigma on the enemy team, easy feed for his shields. Genji can easily deflect. Let's see, what else do we got? We got an Echo. Put Echo B tier, because we're Melting Beam. It's just the fact that she's a mosquito in the air, and if you have someone that's a good shot, she's just dead instantly. She is projectile based, so that's a little bit of an L, but if you can master it, it's great. Genji, they should have kept his buff. That's my opinion. You gotta be skilled, obviously, but he's just lost the fun of when he used to do a little bit more damage. It used to be so much more fun to play Genji. I mean, obviously, his deflect is nice every once in a while when you actually deflect an ultimate. His dash, quick finish kill, and then you can reset the cooldown. And his primary and secondary fire, it's something to get used to, but he can be a really useful asset for your team, as long as you don't want a Winston or a Zarya. Hanzo, he's got the best zoning ultimate in the game. His scatter arrow would make him A tier, but now that he is Storm, I'm gonna move him to B tier, because I see too many stinky Hanzo ults, and it's to the point where to really get value, and from where I play, you have to have a Zarya ult. He's nice, but I'd rather have an Ashe or a McCree. Then we got Junkrat. I'll put Junkrat S tier, just for the fact that he does so much damage, and his ult is so manipulable, and it's very nice to use. You can either be super quick about it, just quick sweep, or you can wait him out, try to bait out some of the abilities like an immortality field. The real downside is, he can get dropped pretty easily, not a lot of health, and the fact that, if there's a Zarya or a Sigma, you're just going to crack him on charge. Just because I want Logan to like this video, I'll put him in A tier. His boop is quite nice, and his ult is very nice. Good for cap heals, but overall, he doesn't do much heals. I'm only putting Lucio up here because I needed a like on the video from Logan. McCree's a tough choice. His flashbang is great utility. His roll where you can reload, very nice. And if you use your ult, everyone's gonna run away, which is great for zoning. And if they don't run away, they're screwed. After the main nerf, she's a little more tolerable now, where she doesn't heal so quick in her ice. I'll put her in B tier so less people play her, because if I feel like she's in A tier, someone might play her. So let's just save the community from screaming. She is so toxic with the freeze, teabag, and then icicle to the head. It's not a great feeling. We got Mercy. I got Mercy's gold gun and her gold staff. I think she's excellent. The damage buff is great. The heals are great. And the ults, you pretty much get to fly around, heal anyone. If they have like a hit scan, you gotta stay low. But the res is huge. Moira. I'm putting Moira S tier. Because Moira can do, I think it's like 210 heals per second. If you ult and you throw a heal ball, and you got lifesteal, so your self-sustain is through the roof. It's just the only thing you have to worry about is keeping your juju full. So I mean, you got to be doing damage. I don't think your damage ball really helps that much to fill up the meter, but she can do great heals and do group heals. And if you just tap heal, you can get a 65. I think it's like 65 heals in total after your initial heal. Orisa's in a tough spot right now. Got a big ass headshot hitbox. Her weapon spread is kind of off the charts, but her ult and shield are so nice a lot of the time. So you feel better protected if you're in it from a sniper, but it has less health. I want Orisa to be buffed. I'm gonna put Orisa B tier. Sorry, Pharah's just. You can get like the once in a while concussion kill to knock him off. I mean, your rockets, yeah, sure. But I mean, why not play a less skilled hero? And I think Junkrat's ult is a lot safer to use than Pharah's. If your ult gets destroyed as Junkrat, you're still alive. You just die as Pharah and you're super obvious. And you pretty much have to combo to not die instantly. Reaper's excellent. His self-sustain is really nice. He can shred tanks and support. His real downfall is any hit scan or anyone that can charge damage when they see him teleport. I'll put Reaper A tier. His ult can be kind of whack sometimes. It just depends on how many people are in certain zones. Reinhardt S tier. Now, I play with Rice 56, also known as I Don't Like Greeno, also known as Kyler. He always needs heals, but he's doing big work when he's playing Reinhardt. Shout out to Kyler. Man's doing work. The matter if he can do 85 damage or swing, has a 1600 health shield, and his ult is so clutch most of the time. It makes him so useful and an essential main tank. Rhodey, it's good that they brought his one hook combo back, because when they took that away, he was trash. His ult, you have to use at the right time. It doesn't do that much damage, but it has huge knockback. If you can pin someone in the corner with your ult, they're done. For that, if you want to occupy a point, I'll put Rhodey on there. I'd rather have Rhodey than Orisa. Sigma, S tier. His rock is pretty much a sniper shot. Can cancel ults, stun people. His primary fire is a blessing, does a chunk of damage. Can pretty much absorb anything he gets thrown at him. His ult is the only thing that could be a little whack. only being, well, it's not only, but when you do 50% of the max health, if the enemy team has a group healer, your ult gets kind of screwed. Otherwise, if you take out a group healer, get them somewhat low, and then ult, finish them off. Soldier's in a rough spot right now. A lot of people are running double shields, and Soldier's just useless. I'm going to put Soldier B tier, because he's excellent at taking out Pharah or Echo. His ult's kind of nice for zoning. His heal pad and Helix rockets kind of save him. I'd rather have a Soldier than a Pharah. This is all based on my opinion, by the way, and like my gold plays, played on PC and console, so I've seen quite a bit of shit happen. I'm gonna put Sombra A tier, because hacking health packs is huge. If you hack certain enemies, it can be game changing. Your EMP is one of the best combos, in my opinion. Probably maybe second best combo ult, maybe third, somewhere in there. And the fact that you can see people when they're critical, and you can scoop up those kills when they're trying to run and get heals, or you can hack a health pack that's in front of them, then kill them. 60 rounds to mag, and that thing, if you can get up close and personal, the headshots are pretty insane. Otherwise, if you did a little more damage, she'd be S tier. You know, I'm gonna make a new tier. Let's see. Add a row below. Remove from game, please, no fun, teleporter. When people use the teleporter strat on Hanamura or any other map, it's so irritating. And the fact that she can charge damage off shields is so irritating. I don't like Symmetra, and I really don't think she has a place in Overwatch. I'm sorry, she's just, please get her out. Tracer, if you have a great Tracer player, it's a blessing. She can farm ult super fast, she can shred backlines, shred tanks. Her old ult used to be so good, but then they reduced the damage so it doesn't one-shot a lot of tanks. I'd put Tracer A tier when you have a great player for him. Widow, I think Widow's goated. It's just a matter of having a good one. Widow on console usually just doesn't work, unless you have like the one sweat that Bluetooth his keyboard in. Ult is kind of useful. It's a good combo if you have like a Junkrat or a Doomfist or a Genji. Friend of mine is great for protecting yourself. You could just delete people. And there's no other way to say it. If I only played console, I would put Widow B tier. But since I also play PC, I'm gonna put Widow A tier. Monkey. Winston is just a blessing. His ult, you can do fantastic things with it. Your mobility is through the roof, and you just tank damage. You got 1,000 health. I'm gonna put Winston B tier. I love Winston. Winston's going A tier. I don't care. It's my tier list. Zarya, S tier. Don't fight me on it. Personal bubble, teammate bubble. Great assets for the team. The fact that you could do, was it like 95 damage with a secondary? No. It's 85. It's either 85 or 95 damage with a secondary fire. And that's how you usually drop people and just scoop kills. Grav, that's one of the best combo ults in the game. Transcendence is clutch. His Discord orb is super nice. 30% damage increase to an enemy. His heal orb isn't that strong, but he's more of a DPS healer. I'll put Zen A tier, because his ult is just so clutch. So that's my Overwatch tier list. And please comment down what you think is wrong, and also please comment what you want to see next in the tier list. But you know what? We'll just see how it works. I usually play tank and support, if that means anything.